This is huge. What's going on, everybody? My name is Blitzwinger, ladies and gentlemen. To say that this Marvel Rivals news video is exciting would be the understatement of the century. Now, before we dive into all the exciting news, we have new characters to talk about, new map to talk about, information about the monetization, information about the game as a whole, tons of different things to break down. But just a quick reminder, of course, here on YouTube, if you guys are enjoying the video, please don't forget to leave a like. That would be very, very much appreciated. And I thank you guys so very much for your continued support. With that in mind, let's dive on in.
Snap out of it, Bucky.
So Gamescom has just concluded, and one of the games that without a shadow of a doubt stole the show, at least for me personally, was of course Marvel Rivals. We knew that it was going to be at the show, but I feel like they superseded all of our expectations with tons of new reveals, new characters, a new map, and the thing that we're going to talk about first and foremost, which is, in my opinion, the biggest piece of news, and that is a release date. Of course, the game has already had a closed alpha as well as, of course, a closed beta. And so a lot of us were wondering and kind of almost predicting that at Gamescom, they would announce an open beta for the game. And then sometime in 2025 would be when the game releases. Well, guess what? There will be no more betas. So the only alpha and beta that they will hold were the closed ones, because December 6th is when we will all get to actually play the game itself. And I know some people are kind of like, well, I wish there would be another open beta before the game launches. And honestly, when you really look at the timeline right now, I mean, we're at the end of August and this game would release at the beginning of December. It makes no sense to hold another beta between now and then. What's the point of doing that? If you're already comfortable with the game, if you already feel like you have enough content, which I think the game does have enough content to release fully to the public, why not just go all the way out for the release date, which again, excitingly so, we won't have to wait that much longer because it will be on December 6th. Now, of course, another really cool thing about this taking place, or this release taking place on December or around December, is of course that it is the holiday season, which means a lot of us will have a lot more time to actually play the game. But in addition to that, I really hope that we get some Christmas themed or like holiday themed skins dropping in the shop when the game releases as well, just because I think that would be absolutely awesome. And since we're on the topic of things that are awesome, I feel like another thing that we all as a community have to give a huge tip of the cap to the Marvel Rivals team is about the fact that they announced that the game will launch with all the heroes unlocked, and all future heroes will also be unlocked for free. That is such an absolutely massive W decision from the team. I think locking characters behind a purchase, or maybe even having you to actually earn the characters, would have stalled out the growth of the game. I think making all the characters available by default is extremely player friendly, and I'm so excited that that's the decision that they went with, because like I've been saying for a long time, I think one of my biggest concerns about Marvel Rivals was the monetization. I was very curious to see what would they do with the monetization for this game, and so far, so good. Now, of course, I've also seen some people mention things like, hey, well, does this mean that the villains are not going to be unlocked? No, when they say heroes, they mean literally all the characters. So all the characters that are going to be playable in Marvel Rivals at launch on December 6th, as well as the future releases, will be available for free. The next thing I've seen people criticize the game for, or bring up as I guess a valid concern, would be, hey, what about the cosmetics? Doesn't this mean that they're going to charge an arm and a leg for the skins? And I mean, the thing is, I don't know. That's pretty much the most honest answer, because we don't know. We'll see when the game releases what kind of a pricing model will they be going with. I'm sure that there will be skins that are quite expensive at the $20 or maybe even over the $20 price point. But I do think that the Battle Pass will probably be a really good value as well. And again, I have to mention, guys, don't forget, this game is free to play. That means that they will not be charging you at all to play the game. They also announced, of course, as I just mentioned, that they will not be charging us to get the new characters. So they have to have a way to make money. It would be absolutely unreasonable for the player base to say, Well, they should just charge $1 for a skin. How are they supposed to be able to continue to produce all of these new animations, all of these new characters, all of these new maps for $1 per skin? So obviously, I am kind of preparing for the idea that the skins will probably be on the expensive side, at least for some of them. But who knows? Maybe I end up being wrong. Maybe they price them super duper aggressively and we'll be even happy with the price points of the cosmetics as well. So now that we got all of the technical stuff out of the way, we are still not done, because of course this trailer also dropped 2 brand new characters. One of them was expected and definitely rumored for quite a while now, and that was of course the one and only Captain America. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I don't love the design for how he actually looks. I kind of prefer more of the classic, like, actual suit attire for Captain America, but it seems like they're going for more of like an armor, almost like a robotic kind of vibe for Cap here. But again, I'm sure that we'll probably end up with some skins that make him look more like classic Cap, which is probably something that I will be adding to my personal collection. However, I will say from a gameplay standpoint, the character seems very, very promising. I mean, simply the fact right here during this one little moment of gameplay where we see him deflect the Iron Man ult and send it back at Iron Man to blast him, that seems so insanely powerful. I cannot wait to see this play out. I am very curious to see if this works on most of the projectile ults. Like, for example, can you go ahead and deflect Namor's whale back at the enemy team? Because that would look pretty freaking hilarious. I think that Captain America looks very promising and should be an interesting character to play as. Now, the other character I am much more excited about, and that is the Bionic Commando. The one and only Bucky Barnes, aka the Winter Soldier. Holy moly, what a pleasant surprise. We did not expect Bucky Barnes to be a character that would be announced coming into the show. I think some of the kind of, rumored and expected characters were, of course, Captain America. There was a lot of buzz around a possibility of a Black Widow reveal taking place here. And of course, Marvel Rivals themselves have teased with the Shin Shibuya trailer that Psylocke would be joining the game at some point in the future as well. Well, out of the blue, they actually end up dropping the Winter Soldier. And holy moly, the character looks like an absolute blast. Most of the kit for the character seems very similar to the Punisher, which I think is great because, again, it's a very accessible character for people that either don't play too many hero shooters or maybe just want an easy character to kind of like learn how to play the game. I think a character like Winter Soldier is perfect. It gets you right into the game at that entry level in terms of complexity, and then you can pick up skills and learn and get better and better over time. And of course, I can't move on from talking about Bucky Barnes without talking about the ridiculous decisions they made with his arm. Holy moly, does this look like a lot of fun. Being able to stretch out almost like Piccolo's arm from the Dragon Ball Z series and pull enemies towards you looks super duper fun. Basically able to like pull them off the map and have them fall down to their doom. And then in addition to that, he has kind of like a ground slam attack as well. It's not all that accurate to the comic book design of the armor or the arm itself, but I don't care. It looks like a lot of fun and I can't wait to try this one out for myself. And of course, as if the characters weren't exciting enough, I can't move on from this trailer breakdown without talking about where the gameplay takes place, because we get to see a brand new map themed for Wakanda, and holy moly, this place looks absolutely epic. December 6th can't arrive soon enough, because not only do we have those 2 new characters to try out, and who knows, between now and then maybe they announce even more characters, but this new map looks absolutely tremendous as well, adding to the already pretty nice selection of maps that we have. So far, they've done a pretty good job of giving us like very different vibes with each one of the maps, which I really, really like. And hopefully Wakanda kind of maintains that momentum. I'm also curious to see if we're going to get like 2 different variants of Wakanda, similarly to how we got the Shin Shibuya map and then the 2099 Shin Shibuya map. So I wonder if we're going to get like a more maybe ancestral plains version of Wakanda and then a regular Wakanda, because I think that would be a really cool dynamic. I guess we'll see as we get closer to December 6th. And of course, that's still not all, because the very conclusion of the trailer actually has a pretty cool teaser as well. We see Dr. Doom playing some type of a four-dimensional chess with all of these different pieces, and he moves a piece that certainly looks a whole heck of a lot like the character Hive. Now, there is also an additional logo that appears, which initially I thought that this was just their version of the Hydra logo, but then having done a little bit more research, it does resemble quite a bit the character of Hive from the Marvel Comics universe, who debuted back in 2009 in a Secret Warriors run by Brian Michael Bendis. So I'm very curious to see if that is what they're teasing here as a possible character. Now, this would of course be a villainous character, so I wonder if this is maybe even just a brand new game mode or something like that, like a PvE type game mode where you fight against Hive, because I think that would be kind of interesting to see as well, since they haven't really expanded on that front a whole heck of a lot. So there you go. When I say that this is an exciting time to be a Marvel fan, I don't think I'm lying. Marvel Rivals delivers in a big way. In my opinion, stealing the show for Gamescom. If you're a Marvel fan, if you're a comic book fan, there's a lot to be excited about. December 6th is going to be a big day. Tons of characters, tons of maps, and again, keep in mind, there's still a lot of time for them to announce even more things, whether it be new game modes, maybe even more characters to be included, and heck, who knows, maybe they even go ahead and throw some more information out there about how they will be monetizing that game. That way we can kind of put the entire drama around that theme to bed, so we just know exactly how they will be monetizing this title. Now, of course, if you guys enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to leave a like. That would be very much appreciated. And if you'd like to see a really epic video that I'm super duper proud of for putting together, filled with tons of really cool Easter eggs for Marvel Rivals, check out the video you're currently seeing on your screen right now. That one actually showcases some really exciting other reveals through Easter eggs, like the character of Black Widow, like the teaser of Deadpool, and many more. So make sure you click that video if you have not seen it yet. And I'll, of course, catch you guys here on the next one. Peace out. I'll see you all later. The Gators. Bye-bye, everybody.